Now on another side note, if you guys do enjoy these rebuilds, if we can smash 2,000 likes on this rebuild, I'll come out with what I know you guys want to see. KYLER Murray Arizona Cardinals rebuild this weekend, if we can smash 2,000 likes. So here it is. The KYLER Murray Arizona Cardinals Madden 19 franchise rebuild with this freaking team, dude. This is easily going to be the most difficult rebuild we've done yet. With their 72 overall, 73 overall offense, 75 overall defense, we have to bring the Arizona Cardinals, record-wise the worst team in the NFL during the 2018-19 season. We have to bring them in 1 year. In only one freaking year to preferably a playoff spot. And if somehow I can do the dang thing, maybe even bring them on a Super Bowl run. Yeah, dude, imagine freaking recording for an hour and a half and forgetting to click record on your face cam, dude. Like, I don't know. I just surprise myself every freaking day, don't I? Now you guys should know how this works by now. What we do here is we spin a wheel, it has a number from 8 to 12, and whatever number this wheel lands on is going to be our target win amount for this season. And if we don't reach at minimum the target wins, we have to go on Ultimate Team and buy the highlight players card. We have to buy them and then relist them back up for 100 coins. So I'm basically losing. Well, with KYLER Murray being a 99 overall, the only 99 overall rookie, that's me losing probably about 400k. But hopefully we can do the dang thing today. We're gonna spin this wheel one time only, and I'll be happy if it's like 9. I think I'll be content, and it's gonna be 9. So we have to win at least 9 games with this team, dude. Oh, it's going to be a tough one. But KYLER Murray coming in as the highest overall rated rookie we've used yet. 81 overall. If you guys are curious, and if you do enjoy these rebuilds, we've done 2 highlighted around rookies up to this point. There will be a link to all my Madden 19 rebuilds at the top description box below. We've done thus far Daniel Jones on the Giants and Dwayne Haskins on the Redskins. And we've been pretty successful up to this point. But as mentioned, we are a 72 overall, 73 overall offense, 75 overall defense. The offensive line, I've seen worse. The Giants were easily a much worse offensive line. I mean, at bare minimum, just have to maybe add about 3 guys. I think we could deal with the rest. Tight end, it's definitely a position we have to upgrade. Ricky Seals-Jones, our highest overall at a 70. Now, wide receiver, we also have to add some targets because we have, of course, Mr. Larry Fitz, the veteran, 85 overall. No way we're going to trade him away. We've got to add some talent around him because we got to give the young rookie KYLER Murray some targets to throw to. At least he has a healthy David Johnson for this season, the 90 overall. Hopefully he'll be able to help out the young buck at quarterback. Now defensively, it's not good either, and we have some guys we can build around, such as Jordan Hicks at middle linebacker, Deontay Thompson out of Alabama, the young rookie, 75 overall, Pat Pete and Murphy at cornerback, 77 overall. Also, they added Terrell Suggs this offseason. And can't forget about Chandler Jones as well. So this team, although they had the worst record in the NFL last year, they have some pieces and there's potential. It might be a 72 overall, and it might seem like an impossible rebuild and an impossible challenge to bring this team to 9 wins, but I guarantee that we'll at least get that 9 wins. If not, dude, we're going to be screwed because I don't even know how many Ultimate Team coins I have. And one last disclaimer, boys. You should know by now, these rebuilds I do, admittedly, are not realistic at all. It's all about doing whatever you can to make this team as good as we can in only 1 year of work. And boys, just like this, look at what this rebuild's got off to. We're adding another veteran wide receiver and the reigning Super Bowl MVP, Julian Edelman, comes to pair along Larry Fitzgerald, 2 future Hall of Famers. Maybe Julian Edelman, I don't know. Is he a Hall of Famer? Let me know in the comment section below. That's an interesting topic, but nonetheless, he is the reigning Super Bowl MVP. Welcome him to Arizona. Gives young rookie quarterback KYLER Murray a nice, reliable target to throw to. All we had to do is trade away Ricky Seals-Jones, a 70 overall tight end, and like our 5th string, 66 overall center Daniel Mooney, a former reject, to bring in the Super Bowl MVP, so not a bad start at all. And with this, let's welcome another veteran to the squad, Ryan Kerrigan, to fill in at right outside linebacker. One thing that I have noticed throughout these rebuilds, the more veterans you add to the team to surround the young bucks, the better the team performs. So Ryan Kerrigan, a player we had in the last rebuild on the Redskins, coming over for Edmonds, our backup running back. And crazy enough, although he's a 73 overall, normally teams are always interested in decent overall running backs, but the only team that was somewhat interested in him was the Redskins, and luckily we do bring in the veteran. Also, our young receiver Butler, he wasn't getting any playing time this year. And our 65 overall third string left guard Vujonovic, as we bring in the veteran outside linebacker. Mental. Absolutely mental. I didn't necessarily need a strong safety, but I mean, if you can bring in a guy like Jamal Adams, such a young, talented, strong safety who's already at 89 overall, for literally a 68 overall third string center, our starting right tackle, which does suck, who I do have to replace, and a second round draft pick, but when I can send off a 77 overall right tackle that I can easily replace for an 89 strong safety, I will do that any day of the week. There's actually no way, bro. Our biggest position of need right now was tight end, and look who we got. The breakout star of the 2018 season, George Kittle, coming over from the San Francisco 49ers for DJ Swearinger. Hassan Reddick, who obviously I didn't want to trade him away, but we're going to have to replace him just because his overall is so low. And a 4th round draft pick. We bring in one of the best young talented tight ends in the whole entire league. Talk about adding some veteran presences. Gerald McCoy, 85 overall, coming over from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to anchor our defensive line. Christian Kirk's having to be shipped on, along with our 68 overall cornerback and our 67 overall left end. That was a pretty freaking simple trade. Our 68 overall now backup tight end Phillips, and a 5th round draft pick to the New Orleans Saints for their 2nd round draft pick. So I think for basically a 68 overall tight end, a 2nd round draft pick is pretty good value in return. Let's welcome our brand new starting center to the squadron. 89 overall Alex Mack coming over from the Atlanta Falcons for our 4th string defensive tackle Rodney Gunter, 73 overall, a 6th round draft pick from this year, and a 4th round draft pick from next year. So here we did a little maneuver, and Kevin White, the former 1st round draft pick himself, ends up being at least a little bit value for somebody because we get a 1st round draft pick in return here. We did also have to throw in our 2nd round draft pick, but at least we can trade up, get ourselves another 1st round draft pick to ship on elsewhere. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, why the heck not? And it always changes. When I first tried to trade straight up Kimdichi for Xavier Howard, it was like a 4-star player for a 4-star player, and then when he add in draft picks, he goes down to like a 1-star player. I don't understand it, but I'll take him because we needed another solid cornerback. Xavier Howard coming over from the Miami Dolphins, who's like their best player on the squad, for Kimdichi, a 5th round draft pick from next year, and a 7th round draft pick from this year. See, it did the same exact thing again. When I did it with just players, Andrew Whitworth was listed as a 5-star player. And now it just makes me look stupid, but I tried everything without having to trade away a 1st round draft pick, but it's what it took. And although he's an older guy, Andrew Whitworth, we can use him on this offensive line because he shipped on our current left tackle to right tackle. But anyways, we get Andrew Whitworth for a 68 overall center, a 66 overall left guard, and our 1st round draft pick that we just got in the Kevin White trade. So I think at the end of the day, it was a pretty big deal. Wait a freaking second. Not in a million years did I actually think this was gonna happen. But welcome, arguably, the best left tackle in the entirety of the NFL, David Bakhtiari, coming over from the Green Bay Packers, a 97 overall, for our backup middle linebacker, Josh Bynes. Budda Baker, who's a pretty big player to trade away, but we didn't need him anymore because we have Jamal Adams and our 1st round draft pick. So I know in real life, he just stated that he was going to not play this upcoming season, but thank God this isn't real life and these rosters have not been updated yet. Because just like that, we bring in speedy outside linebacker Telvin Smith Sr. coming over from the Jacksonville Jaguars for DJ Humphries, who now had no part in this squad since we have David Bakhtiari and Andrew Whitworth, and Tremaine Brock Sr., who's like 58 years old and our 5th string corner. The Kansas City Chiefs sent away their 2nd round draft pick for a 68 overall receiver, David Amerson, who's not going to play for us. He's 72 overall, and no other NFL team out there wants him, and a 3rd round draft pick from next year. So we're just straight finessing the New Orleans Saints. I'm not going to ask questions, bro. Our 66 overall tight end for their 3rd round draft pick from this year. Bro, I don't really understand this game at all, but thank God for the Detroit Lions as they ship on their second round draft pick from this year for our 67 overall right guard and a 7th round draft pick from this year. So there's another first round draft pick to add to the arsenal. We did have to trade away 2 picks, but we didn't have to trade away the second round draft pick that we have from this year. A second from next year, a third from this year, and our 66 overall backup right in for a first round draft pick from the Miami Dolphins. And dude, I just want to roast the Dolphins for a second because look how bad their team is, dude. They are absolutely atrocious. And with Josh Rosen, man, this honestly might be the worst team in the game at this point. There we are. Rodney Hudson coming over from the Oakland Raiders for Joe Walker, 67 overall left outside linebacker, a 2nd round draft pick, and Keyshawn Johnson, a 70 overall rookie who once again will be good in real life eventually, maybe because he's young and a rookie, but not good for this 1 year that we're doing this rebuild for. So I think this is going to be our 3rd and final wide receiver that we do bring in. Add a little bit of youth to that experienced wide receiver core of Julian Edelman and Larry Fitzgerald. Cooper Kupp, 80 overall, coming over from the LA Rams, the reigning NFC champions. So guys, I literally have no idea where this man is gonna play, but I saw the opportunity. I was like, this dude is too talented not to add to this squad. Jadeveon Clowney coming over from the Houston Texans for Darius Philon, a 71 overall defensive tackle. Our 1st and 2nd round draft pick. I know that's a lot, but at the same time, dude, it's freaking Jadeveon Clowney. I think I'm going to convert him to defensive end and see how high of an overall he is there. Literally, all we need here is like a 3rd round draft pick, dudes, and we are down to our last bit of resources. And this last trade might seem a little ridiculous, but when it comes down to needing to improve one more position and you have only one package that you can put out in terms of a trade, it's worth it when you're trying to make this team as good as possible in this only season throughout this rebuild. We're going to be going to the New England Patriots. Not going to be adding anybody too crazy unless somehow maybe Stephon Gilmore with this extra 3rd round draft pick added. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. We have to add in another veteran cornerback here. That's going to be Mr. Jason McCourty. Hopefully this works. I think it should. And it is accepted. And once again, it did the same exact thing. I don't know why it's glitching so much. When I tried this trade without the draft picks, he was like a 4 or 5 star player. And now it makes me look even more moronic now. But anyways, who even cares? Because we do add an 82 overall cornerback. And our cornerback core is a little subpar. But that's literally the last bit that we can trade away. We've brought this team up 15 overall from a 72 to an 87. But what we do have to do is go and sign a couple of players out of free agency just for depth purposes. And also, we have still like 40 or 30 mil left in cap room, which is the most amount of cap room we had left at the end of a rebuild, like after the trading portion. But definitely what I have to do is sign 2 tight ends to back up Mr. George Kittle. Why not add Julius Thomas to the squad and also a good 3rd tight end? We'll add Brent Selleck as well. Add him so we have a good arsenal at the tight end position. Also, we need to add in a couple of offensive linemen. Cyrus Kwanjo, we'll add him, and then we'll also add one more. We'll go with the right guard. We'll add, Jack Mewhort. We'll actually add him because he can start for us at the right guard position. Why the heck not? And also what we do need to add is a backup middle linebacker, Navarro Bowman. We'll add him. And last but not least, we do need to go out and add one more strong safety. Eric Berry, why the heck not? Why is he still a free agent? That's insane. But that, dudes, rebuild complete. And as we reorder the entire depth chart, we remain in 87 overall. But dudes, from where we started, this team looks so much better. 87 overall, 93 offense, 89 defense. His offensive line sick. Now with the added free agents, tight end looks pretty good as well. KYLER Murray has a lot of targets to throw to. The one problem with this rebuild is the fact that we didn't get that one superstar wide receiver, but we have a good arsenal. Larry Fitzgerald, Julian Edelman, Cooper Kupp, and Isabella, the young rookie, who should be pretty productive for us. Oh yeah, I forgot. We do need to sign a backup running back better than Logan, the 66 overall backup running back. However, we'll probably just go ahead and sign whoever the best running back is out of free agency. Jay Ajayi, let's add him to the squad. He can be a nice backup running back for Mr. David Johnson. But, I mean, I think our offense is pretty sick, and the overall think so as well. As I did mention, we're up to a 93 overall offense. And defensively, it's pretty good, too. The one risk I am taking is leaving Deontay Thompson. Obviously, as a 675 overall rookie, that's solid, but it all depends on how he develops throughout this season. We moved around a couple positions. We moved Terrell Suggs to left outside linebacker, so Jadeveon Clowney can play left end. He's a 91 overall left end. Ryan Kerrigan, we have him now as our backup middle linebacker, so we do play a multiple 3-4 scheme here. Jared McCoy and Corey Peters at defensive tackle, and Chandler Jones remains at right end. Cornerback core is okay. You got Pat Pete, you got Jason McCourty, Byron Murphy, the rookie, and Xavier Howard. And I think this team, dude, it easily is a 9-win team. If not, I'm gonna be shocked. And with that, dudes, it all comes down to this. And as always, let me know in the comment section below, how many wins do you think this team is going to get? And don't cheat. Do not cheat. I'm going to say my prediction is at least 11 wins. It should be more than that with our overall, with our given overall with 87, but at bare minimum 11 wins. Easily, we should reach the target of 9 wins. Hopefully we get a first round bye. Can we go from worst to first in the NFL? And, oh, we barely did it. I don't know how, but thank God we barely reached the target win total of 9 wins. We did it. So I'm disappointed because we went from 15 wins in the last rebuild to only 9. But at least I don't have to discard KYLER Murray. So it's probably because our division was so good. I mean, you had, for some reason, the 49ers went 10-6. The Rams went 14-2, the best record in the NFL. And so right off the bat, this should be already thrown out the window. The Jets going 12-4. Chargers 12-4, Chiefs 11-5, Bears 10-6. Thank God we made the playoffs. The Browns barely made the playoffs at 9-7. Falcons didn't make the playoffs. The Colts went 9-7. Worst record. Ooh, the Patriots only going 6-8-2. 2 ties on the season. And the Lions and Raiders with the worst 2 records in the NFL at 2-14. Now, I didn't even look at the overalls of our players. We're now up to an 89 overall. KYLER Murray only, wow, that's crazy. The other quarterbacks had like +5, +6s to their overalls, and KYLER Murray only up to an 82. The offensive line is looking solid. Wide receiver core didn't really have much improvement. Cooper Kupp up to an 82. David Johnson went up by 1, but we're up to an 89 overall now. A 95 offense and a 91 defense. Looks like, ooh, Deontay Thompson went up to an 81 overall. Jamal Adams up to a 92. Jadeveon Clowney up to a 95. So this team, man, I mean, I know we only went 9-7, but there's a chance this team could do some things in this playoff run. At least we went from worst team in the NFL, statistically speaking, to a playoff berth. So how did Mr. KYLER Murray do? We had the 5th best offense in the NFL, and we had the 8th best defense. So a little bit of a dip from my previous rebuilds. Phillip Rivers won the MVP. KYLER Murray didn't come in the top 10, which all the other quarterbacks did. So what's the problem with Mr. KYLER Murray? Had 4,400 yards passing. I mean, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I mean, that's not bad at all. He had only sacked 21 times in the year. I don't know why we only went 9-7. David Johnson, a great year, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Receiving, Larry Fitzgerald, of course, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Julian Edelman with 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Jordan Hicks led us with 108 total tackles. And we had Jadeveon Clowney with 13 sacks on the year. And Mr. Pat Pete with 3 picks. Now with that, boys, how the heck is this team gonna do in this sim? Are we gonna be able to make a Super Bowl run? I mean, probably not. We have to play away from home, Soldier Field. Can we get the dub? And we do. Now taking on the 14-2 LA Rams. I mean, this is where things are going to end right here. I mean, they had the best record in the NFL. We're playing at the Rams Stadium. We only won against the Bears by 2. I mean, at this point, I guess I'm content with where we got. And we actually got to win 34-24. And now we're taking on the second best team in our division, the 9-7 Cardinals at Levi's Stadium. Now, if we beat the best team in the NFL by 6, and we lose to the 49ers, now this is where I'm going to get a little upset. Can we make it to the Super Bowl? And we got a huge dub, 42-7 over the San Francisco 49ers. So we very well might have not done that well record-wise, only 9-7 on the year, but we are 1 win away from winning the Super Bowl. Has anybody improved anymore? We're now up to a 90 overall with a 95 offense, 93 defense. Dude, there's no way we lose this game. And just to show, guys, because I know a lot of people, they just like to hate for no reason. Just want to show that no forced wins has happened in this rebuild. We started off the season awful. No wonder. We started off the season that's 3-4, 3-5. So we had to win 6 out of our last 7 games to even make the playoffs. So thank God we even made it to this point. But now 1 win away from hoisting that Super Bowl trophy. And I mean, honest to God, dude, if we don't, I'm now just gonna be upset. It's just gonna be so anticlimactic. Come on now, gotta grab this dub, and we do get the win, 28-25. So this team, this freaking team, I don't know how we just now went down to an 86 overall, but I'm not asking questions, boys. We brought this team from worst to best in the NFL. From the worst team, the #1 overall draft pick by drafting young rookie KYLER Murray, to Super Bowl champions. It was a struggle, 9-7 on the year, but somehow, someway, we end off this rebuild by winning the Super Bowl. I mean, we had a lot of old players, I guess, that did regress. But KYLER Murray, this team, it wasn't pretty. But all that matters is we ended this season with a big dub win. As with that, I think that is a pretty successful rebuild. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know what rebuild you do want to see next in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless. Peace.